This presentation is brought to you by the library team. I'm Mrs. Arriaga.
And hi, I'm Mrs. Stanton.
And we're going to introduce you to Google Docs. So first, we're going to go to our Moreau mail. And you can type in mail.moreaucatholic.org to access that. And then you will type in your username and your password. And your Gmail account will open up. In the left-hand corner, you're going to click on Documents. You are now in Google Docs. And Google Docs is a great collaborative tool to use when you're working in a group when you want to collaborate around one document. Or it's great just if you're working on an individual project and you want others to review your work. Over in the left-hand side navigation, you can create a new one by clicking on any of these different Google Doc choices. You can create a document, which is like a Word document, a presentation, which is like a PowerPoint, a spreadsheet, which is like an Excel, and you can look at the others on your own time. You can also see in the center that these are all the documents that I have access to, that I've created or others have shared with me. So we're going to create a new one, and today we're going to focus on Google Docs presentation. So if I click on presentation, it will open up a new window with my presentation. So it's very similar to a PowerPoint presentation in that you add new slides by going to Slide and then New Slide. And then you choose the layout that you want. And if I want to add text, I can click directly in this. Or let's say I want to add an image, I would go up into the toolbar and click on the picture icon, and then I would browse my computer for the image I want, or I could choose to actually just put a URL in that links me to that image, and then the image will automatically appear in my slide. Now I know I have one on my desktop that I want to use. So here's the image I want, so I'm going to highlight it and then open. It will then appear in that bar, and then I'll click OK. And there it is, the image appears. Now let's say I wanted to add text over the image. I can click on the text icon in the toolbar, and a box will appear, and I can type in text. And then I could center that text if I wanted. And I can also make it different colors. And everything that you can do in Word, you can do in Google Docs presentation. So this is how you use Google Docs. Now let's say you want to share this presentation with others. Let's say you are working on a group project and others need to contribute to this presentation. You would go to the right-hand corner and you would click on Share, and then the first setting is Sharing Settings. You want to click on that. And I can see that currently it's private. I could change it to being public only to those who have access to the link, or only to people at Moreau. I'm going to keep it private for now, but I am going to add a collaborator. So I'm going to add Mrs. Stanton to this presentation, and I want her to be able to edit and view. So I'm going to keep it at can edit, and then I'm going to add a message. And then I'll click Share. And now I can see that Mrs. Stanton has been added to the permissions section as an editor. I'll close out of that. And now we both have access to it. So you can see up at the top that it's private to me plus one more, and that one more is Mrs. Stanton. It's nice to know that if someone is who has access to this presentation is if they're viewing it, I can see that they're viewing it. So if Mrs. Stanton were all of a sudden to view this presentation, I would be notified in this corner right here. If I wanted to change the title of this presentation, I can just change it by clicking on the title. We think that this tool, Google Docs Presentation, and Google Docs Document and Spreadsheet will be extremely helpful to you during your 4 years at Moreau. Thank you very much.